Heroes in a Half Shell. Hello everybody and welcome to Brawl Stars. I'm Amy the Amazonian and today I'm going to be shredding with Mikey and Leo, Chaos, and Order. This is a +1/+1 counters deck, also known as Scales, which is going to be placing counters on our opponent's turn and on our own turn to draw cards. We can also protect our creatures by making them big, giving them hexproof, giving them indestructible, and of course, just stopping our opponents from casting spells on our turn, because things like Kutsil also draw us cards if we hit with modified creatures, which would include things with +1/+1 counters on them. In this deck, we're running some of the best aggro scales cards, and a lot of cards that enter with +1/+1 counters on them, since that's a really good way to draw off of Mikey and Leo. And in this deck, if we go wide, we can put tons more counters on, double up all of our powers, or just really beef up the battlefield with cards like Ouroboros. So let's take Mikey and Leo into the queue and see how big these turtles can get. Toph, Greatest Earthbender, will make double striking lands, beef them up depending on how much mana you spend on her, and is going to inflict an awful lot of pain. If you get rid of her, she just earthbends even more. And I feel like even other just animatable lands are gonna be seeing some play against me. There's also a one-hit combo you sometimes run into where she will animate a land and kill you with poison counters. Because if it works, it works. Fanatic Aronas. I mean, if you earthbend 4, that means that will tap for more. Mikey and Leo into Zach Fair. That counts as having a counter put on it. If it works, it works. Oh, and look! Now I can sacrifice him! Zach, you ready to give up your life to protect Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? Yup. Oh, hey! There's the card that kills you in one hit. Ob Nixilis. I don't have anything with flying. I have a Wandering Emperor. I might need to use that to survive. Oh no. I also have Teferi's Protection, which could alternately buy me a turn, but both of those require me to hold up for this entire turn. Aw, Badger Mole Cub! Yeah, so they definitely have the combo ready for next turn. The swords, I actually could have, played Mossborn first. Maybe I should still play Mossborn. Because I have swords to stop one. I missed out on a landfall, though. That's okay. That card's silly enough. It doesn't need more. Yes, I know. I call that the Emperor can hit Inkmoth. But I'd like to get value on this turn in the meantime. Got some strong opening turns. And mine weren't that bad. I mean, I got some extra ramp. The Greatest Earthbender. And that Inkmoth animated. Notably, damage can't be prevented, a la Frenzied Baloth, but my life total doesn't change. It's a weird interaction. I believe that poison damage would still be applied. Swords did. Yes, I would still die to poison because there's a Frenzied Baloth out. Let me do a little block in here. Save Mikey and Leo. Trigger it to draw a card. Yeah, the same interaction happens with Questing Beast and Teferi's Protection. This is like a level 2 Judge question. Judge, why are card games? They have tons of mana, and I feel like it's going to come down to them, like, attacking me with Toph until I have to block her, let her die, and then they animate it again. I'll play Ewit. Evolution Witness. Lets me bring back things from beyond! Playing a land. They're just animating Ink Moth. It still does get double strike, which means I'd still take 2 poison. I can take the hit. Maybe I want to trade with... Maybe I want to trade, like, with the Baloth there. Ooh, Hardened Bonds first. Since that will get me more card advantage, and more card advantage is more better. Okay, Sky Knight Squire. I think I'd like to hold the Teferi's Protection. And or Wandering Emperor. Because if they animate this again, I can just, like, get rid of it the normal way. Just exile it. Because unless it's Earthbent, it just gets exiled for good. That's why I'm also holding up Evolution Witness, so I can bring back Zachary. They animate the Ink Moth. They're going with the Baloth? No. Just the Flyers. Well, let me see if I can take out the Ink Moth Nexus.
Run away.
Now I don't have to worry about poison at all!
My judgment is final.
Yeah, whatever she's yelling about. My judgment is final. I judge your dirt unacceptable. I'm gonna call the gardener about this. I assume Kamigawa has really fancy gardens. You can see like a fancy garden in the background there. It's nothing personal, Bug. What do you think you are, Wolverine? Oh, and they punch Mikey and Leo. Fair. It was committing the sin of card advantage. I'm not dead yet, so sure, Mikey and Leo.
I have got new moves to teach you.
What's plan B? Friendship, happiness, punching things. Playing this tapped. It is a 19-19, which is notably not lethal, so I don't really care about attacking here. But I still feel like, because they don't have the land I'm scared of, I'm going to go in with it. And get a Robot. It lets them Earthbend, but again, like, a 6/6 with double strike and no trample is not a problem for me. If they had this up to block with, then I actually wouldn't have made the swing, because if this dies, they'd be able to bring it back and give something flying. Six life remain. Because a 6/6 that gets +2/+2 and flying and has double strike, that would be lethal. Big dead. The commercial district. Very animated this time of year. You know, those farmers markets, they get people really riled up. And we're gonna win on the back of a giant Hydra. Saheeli Sublime Artificer. This Saheeli will be making tokens whenever they cast a non-creature spell, and then can turn their artifacts into different artifacts, allowing them to, say, turn their 1/1 servo tokens into really scary things that hurt you. I don't know what they're gonna have specifically, but I know it's going to hurt. We have 2 scales effects, but I don't actually have any way to give counters in this hand, which is not ideal. But I have a way to give trample, and trample can get through tokens, so that's good. Drix Interlacer, Springleaf Drum. This will eventually draw them a bunch of cards. Itro's Humiliation. I don't think they're going to have many creatures. That's right. I'll find one of my many, many +1/+1 counters. Eventually. Three mana. That's enough for Saheeli. I wonder if this is just purely Saheeli artifacts. Based on these, I'm gonna guess yes. Oh, a Thoughtcast. Aha! A counters! Alright, so I'll play Mikey and Leo. Then Zach Fair. He'll come in with 2 counters. We'll get triggers from Hardened Bonds and Mikey and Leo. Micaeus, more counters. Scythecat gives counters. Great. Zach can also share his counters, giving up his life to protect, I don't know, a centaur. She's a horse lady. Truly, the world would be a better place if we had more horse ladies. Not to be confused with horse girls, that's different. So they're killing Mikey and Leo, and they're gonna get 2 damage when they cast their next instant or sorcery. Like this one, R.I.P. Conclave Mentor. You're dead. Since I have Hardened Bonds, though, I don't think Mikey and Leo are as necessary. No, not Uma Musume. Not girls that are horses. Horse women! Horse ladies! What are you guys not getting about what I need? Swinging in with Zachary. I know his name's not Zachary, but he's Zach to me. Oh, don't look at my hand. You don't need to look at that. It's the Zach attack. It's the Zach attack. Ozolith means that if they kill or bounce these creatures, I will get to have their counters. And if I kill Zach, I believe that he still dies with the counters on him, and they should still also go on Ozolith. I know most of the abilities like this work like that. But since he puts his counter on the creature... I don't know. Home of the Infinite. Oh, I don't like seeing that, because that makes me feel like you're running Paradox Engine in there. Actually, they're almost certainly running Paradox Engine. Scythecat. Rozak. Going in with both of these. I want to double up the counters on Zach. I'm just double checking. I do not have lethal if I were to sacrifice and move those over. Maybe if I did it pre-combat, I would. White mana. Some for you. White mana. Some more for you. And, Guide of Souls. Yay! They don't have anything to tap with Springleaf. They still have not cast Saheeli. By the way, this person does have, like, Saheeli, Saheeli, Saheeli. And Tome of the Infinite can generate fog. There it is. There's like a... There's a 1 in 10 chance that that was fog. And they did it twice. So it's a 20% chance that they found a fog so far. Yay. Yeah, Seely's a great Pride Month commander. Certainly better than whatever I have going on over here. Uh-oh, Dark Ritual. That was the first of the Tome of the Infinite cards. And what are you doing with that mana? Are you gonna turn something into the tome? Oh, Spell Bomb. More blockers. And that gives them the ability to bounce Kodama and take away the trample on everything but Scythe Cat Cub. Oh, and an Ominous Lockbox. I actually love Ominous Lockbox. But I think I have lethal without casting any spells here. Because Scythe Cat Cub just has trample. Whee! Ooh. A Their Temple. Hi, Arwen. I will swing in with all of these. They still have mana up because of Springleaf Drum. And happy Peepaw's Day. Happy Peepaw's Day! Zach, I'm gonna need you to bravely give up your life. Yeah, you gotta do it first. They are going for the Spell Bomb? Good. That means they don't have fog. Okay, Zach, I need you to put all your counters onto this cat. The cat is now very large, and it naturally just has trample. So, they take death. GG. Outscaled those little artifacts. Saurin, Vengeful Bloodlord, gives all your creatures lifelink on your turn, and your planeswalkers, though most planeswalkers don't deal damage. He does, and can reanimate based on the mana value and his own loyalty. I have ability removal, Esper Sentinel, Generous Pup. I don't have the best things to like put counters on other stuff in this, but I do have some creatures that get counters on their own. And again, I don't know if I should keep this because like Marsh Flats means I only have 1 colored mana here. I'll make it work. Godless Shrine into Cecil Dark Knight. I'm just immediately going for the Surveilland because I need to find better stuff. Okay, Soul Cauldron is good because it's graveyard hate against them, but it's not what I crave right now. I have done it. I have found lands. I'll play the Esper Sentinel. Cecil's hitting both of us symmetrically right now. Once he gets life gain, it will be less symmetrical. The Ranger Captain of Eos. Can stop me from casting some non-creature spells and gets to tutor for Guide of Souls. Yeah, that's good for life gaining stuff. I'm gonna bring out Agent Bishop, Man in Black. Great counter placing engine. Eeny, meeny, miny. I see your cards. What you doing? Oh, Plane to Plains? Is it time for Saurin? Nope, it's Swords to Plowshares on Agent Bishop. They do pay the 2, and then swing in for 5. Oh, they want to seize my thanks. Don't look at them, they're not good. I promise you, I'm thinking of nothing useful. Yeah, I got removal spells, who cares? They cares. I think Earthbender Ascension's definitely my pick here. Throw the counters onto Karn's Bastion. And grab another green source, because I got that Voracious Hydra. I ain't blocking. Go for it! Look! Oh, it's gonna be flip a clock! Cecil does the thing! But do I does the thing? Not well. I do something. Drawing a card. Getting a chump blocker. And trying to take out the Cecil. Before they can use Ranger Captain. They could have done that. And now if they bring it back, it's just a vanilla 2-3. Which, hey, a 1-mana 2-3 is pretty sweet. They are starting with a Dark Ritual and letting me draw. What is this? Oh, it's just Overlord of Baelmer. We love that guy. He's just milling and thrilling, having a good time. What you grabbing? Saurin? Yup. They've gained 2 life so far. Not enough to flip him out. Alright, so Mutagen Man lets me really buff a lot of stuff up. I probably would want to focus on this Hydra. Or I could spread the love a little bit more with Generous Pup. Yeah, I'm going to go Generous Pup and Arwen. By the way, this is a counter. It's her indestructible counter. Still counts for Mikey and Leo. Arwen's like my main source of life gain in this deck. I can't cast non... Okay, great. I don't have a non-creature spell to cast here. The only thing I have is an ability. I'm being extorted. Help! What do you got? Bob? Okay, cool. Arwen and this dog are going to hold hands. Arwen is going to make this sweet little puppy indestructible. They both gain lifelink. Arwen, you gave up your immortality for such a noble cause. But they didn't kill her anyway because they ordered the blockers wrong. Or assigned the damage wrong. Yeah, they changed how that works like last year. We're still good. What's up, Ranger Captain? Yeah, you can make me lose 7. This dog's a hero. But even if they had killed Arwen, just the sheer life gain there really helps me stabilize. And now I can pump this dog up even more with mutagen and win the game. I'm not here. Somebody who's sometimes in my Twitch chat. Hey, I see you're playing -1/-1 counters. Well, I'm playing +1/+1 counters. And together we cancel out, which is going to be kind of strange for their commander's abilities. If one of my creatures will die and it has a -1/-1 counter, they can steal it. But it has to have a -1/-1 counter, and yeah, the +1/+1s and the -1/-1s, I think they're gonna get a little weird here. Oh, hi, Zach. I got that FOMO to discard and draw. Oliphant in the grave. I'm gonna go for a Whittle Machias. The reason for this is, yes, they can kill it using their commander, but if they do, they get nothing. Because it will enter as a 0/0. Somebody wants to know if I like Mikey and Leo more or Diadrine. I think I like the way Mikey and Leo actually plays slightly more, having just the card advantage in the command zone, but I think Diadrine tends to be more aggressive. Yeah, just like having value through +1/+1 counters unfortunately gets so good. Like before cards like Mikey and Leo, the only other 2-drop I can think of, and it was not legendary, was this one, Dusk Legion Duelist. Aw, Whittle Oliphant. I'm going to block with the Bond Warden. Get another draw off Mikey and Leo. See what I draw when I play Zach. A generous pup! Aww. One good boy. I could see using Zach to make the pup indestructible here. Yep. Dog indogstructible. I like a good henge. Means I'll probably be taking a pretty big hit from them next turn. Since they got a Fury, they got an Oliphant. What that dog doing? The dog is being generous and sharing his +1/+1 counters with all the other creatures on my side of the battlefield. Uh-oh. That's a nice card. The Ice Till Explorer lets you play additional lands and play the lands from your graveyard and mills on landfall. Why do you do all of those? And it's a 2/4! Come on, at least be a 2/2 like Oracle of Moldiah. Ooh, more reanimation. So they've already reanimated once with Persist. Another land. Still 2 mana. Yeah, I might have to blast that. They're not yet delirious. What? Or do you look at my henge? Don't look at that. No, I want more card draw. I want more +1/+1 counter card draw. Is something being like delved? Does a delve kill spell in these colors? Yeah, they could have made it so the they come in with finality counters. So that's 10 damage coming at me. I'm just gonna soak it up. Oh, I'm sorry. I missed that this was also attacking. Right, because that's how it gets the trigger. Amy, you silly. Get some more counters. You love counters. Ooh, yeah! Get some more counters! I feel like I'm just holding this to like not die next turn, and then I have a huge swing. Actually, do I have enough here to give a good attack? I could definitely attack with the pup. It's vigilant. Have to discard. I'll discard a fetch. I got some big fellas here. Alright, since they went for the fetch to start and left Reaper King in the graveyard, I'm gonna go for this Patriarch's Humiliation here. I can absorb the damage from Oliphant and Fury. Because, I don't know if you've seen, but the Centaur is a 10-10. It's pretty good. Oh, it's Bones! Alright, what do Bones got? I'll tell you what Bones got. They got nothing on me. Overlord of Baelmerk, great card to be reanimating since it triggers on enter and on attack. Oh, you know, I bet that's why my opponent was hovering over the graveyard last turn to check and see, like, oh, is there something I want to play for this now? They got that in the grave on one of the mills. Leovold, Emissary of Trest, says, Mikey and Leo, you are not allowed to draw cards. Because you're only allowed to draw one card each turn during your draw step. Everything else, illegal. Okay. Rude. I want to draw cards off putting counters on things. That's what I do. And I'm going to try to do it. Just might not go. Guess I like my opponent's name being Pen the Mighty. Have a little graveyard scale in here. Ugh, Tamio. Hi, Tamio.
I'm late for class.
I don't care that you're late for class. I'm going to play a creature that is also scales. Reason for that is they played a Mox Amber. They could have had Wash Away up. Admittedly, there's other 1-mana counter spells and kill spells. They could have killed Mikey, but didn't have it. A mortuary. A passage. Well, they gotta think about that one. Nope. They don't want Baleful Mastery. It's not worth it. I agree, it's not worth it. I'll play my tapped lands. Animate the lair. Chunky. And swing in for 1. Boop. Would you like to draw a card? Are you flashing something out? They draw a card. Yeah, it's crazy that she hasn't been expelled for how late she is for class. Such delinquency. Tapped land, but they could... No, they can't play Leovold on this mana, because they have double blue. Truancy. Such a crime. It's disrespectful, that's what it is. Ooh, if I use Soul Cauldron, I can actually turn all of my things with counters on them into Delighted Halflings. That sounds good. Do I have a legend to play off it? Doesn't matter. I can play one of these. Ooh, how about an Esper Sentinel? Yeah! Beefy Esper Sentinel! I probably should have gone for Agent Bishop, but I don't know. Against the Leovold, having thick Esper Sentinel sounds really good. An elf! My god, there he is. An elf. Leovold. Yep, that's an elf. They still have 2 mana up. I'll tap you. For white. You know Leovold was an elf? Oh yeah, he's a very annoying elf is what he is. Remember, I do not get the card draw. Lame. Card draw from either of these. I'm still gonna buff them up, though. Leovold's just laughing at me! Ugh, you jerk. I can draw 1 card off Esper Sentinel on their turn. Ta-da! It's a land. Planar Genesis. I don't get to draw. It's not even a choice. If they want a flipper, that can reduce some of my damage. Cameo swings in, gets another clue. A rift! Okay, let's see. I do get to draw. Is there anything else I could do? Like, anything I can put on that? No, I don't think so. Alright, everybody back in hand. Except for you, Lair the Hydra. You get to hang out. Paraguay is like, yes, a land! Land and a creature? Lets me give the ability to everything. Okay, Scales. Mikey. Very good, very good chunk. And chillin'. I wonder if I should have just buffed up the Sentinel again. Good threat. Now whenever they draw cards, they'll gain life. And they do want to draw cards. That's how they flip this. Oh, can we not? Every single Leovold I have played against has Days Undoing to me today. Maybe I wanted to have a day, okay? And do things? I need them to not notice the abandoned air temple. Damage, go! They didn't notice it. Your day has been undone. Brawl, but maybe it's the Baral combo deck. I don't know. I don't know if I can kill them fast enough, but I'll try. Brawl discounts instants and sorceries and then lets them loot. Based on the number of times they mulligan, that'll tell us what kind of Brawl it is. Oh, maybe it's regular old counterspells Brawl, or they just got lucky and found it in their second opening hand. We'll have to wait and find out. Do I need a 4th land in this hand? I don't. They're pondering, so it's definitely just Baral and not Baral Treasure Hunt Thassa's Oracle. It's worth being cautious. Incubation Druid, I can put a counter on with Mikey and use that to play Kodama or Mikey and Leo. Yeah, you wish Thassa's Oracle was banned in this queue. It is not. Well, maybe I just wish it were. If I played that in the other order, this actually would have gotten a counter. 2 counters! Because of Mikey! Tainted Pact is banned in this queue, though. But there's very much, like, a bunch of Brawl, sometimes it's 2-mana Jace, and other decks that play a couple of, I think it's Bounty of the Deep and other Seek cards, with Thassa's Oracle and Treasure Hunt being the only other cards in the deck. They draw, they discard. They didn't attack first. I'll tap this for 3 mana. Popping down a Kodama. Drawing a card. Ooh, yeah. I could go for some Glorious Evolution. Ooh, or would I rather have Okaneka How? I think I'd rather play post-combat Okaneka How. Playing a pre-combat, I guess, would have made this grow. I'm a little worried about, like, a mount spell there. Didn't seem to have it. Chunk. How has a little ward to protect him and will really, really buff up my creatures once I attack in. Evolution Sage. Is it getting countered? I'm surprised nothing's been countered yet. Oh, I didn't want the proliferate to go off yet, but I did not put full control on fast enough. It happens. I'm going to turn Okaneka How into a god. I guess we'll find out if they have an Aetherize. Brawl, what do your Aetherize see? No, they stole my Augmenter! Well, at least they get a land. Which means more Proliferate! Yay, more Proliferate! Kodama and Evolution Sage are just hanging out. Yeah, sure, why not? Bossborn Hydra. Yeah, they stole my turtle. They have 5 mana, but can cast a 6-cost spell. Ooh, Gold Vein. 1, 2, 3, 4. See what I draw. Evolution Witness. I do have a fetch land, so I am going to... Yeah, Aetherize is like the main thing that I'm going to try to play around. Misty Rainforest, so I feel like a big, cool blue player. Great! And in we go with just a couple of friendos. 1, 2, 3 of you. The tides. Bent! Okay. He loses trample. But I still have all of this going through. And like, yeah, 14, 14. Oh no. The Mossborn Hydra might have been what you wanted to hit. Unless you got another Stifle here. What do you think? Do you think they have one? I wonder if this will actually get Trample back when I proliferate, because it will get another counter put on it. Let's find out. Yeah. It doesn't. Well, Mossborn Hydra is, big and kills my opponent. It's good in scales. And now, because this was recorded on 2 separate days, I am going to transform into a different Amy. Take it away, other me! Matching up against Ob Nixilis, the adversary, who can sacrifice creatures to double himself up. And very notably, Ob Nixilis is also being piloted by B-Pro, one of those very competitive Brawl players. I believe was one of those holding that #1 mythic spot while we were, you know, having some good silly times. Let's start with a hardened scales, so my ambitious augmenter can maybe get a little bigger right away. Ooh, monkey. It's just gonna be blocking. You guys like Ob Nixilis? I think Ob Nixilis is a very cool card. I'll trade ya. Trade ya Ob Nixilis. And whenever I run into the people who are like commonly in the competitive Brawl Discord, I know I'm in for a time. All right, what do you got? Monstrous Rage. No? Not dead after all. He lives, he dies, he lives again. Ooking his way onto the battlefield. Ooh, Scavenging Ooze. I would just be trading it, though. I was gonna get rid of that now. No more monkey! You can have your Ob Nixilis. They were scamming. Scamming they monkey. Yeah, this could have been a 4/4, exiling the Ambitious Augmenter out of my graveyard. But I kind of want to save it as a surprise treat to kill the Blood-Soaked Champion. Okay, they're shoving Mikey. Leave it in the graveyard as food for the ooze. I'll just show you what we got here. We got ourselves a ooze. They can discard. They could sacrifice. All right. While that's in the graveyard and not coming out of the graveyard, make my ooze grow. Yes, I choose to ooze. Make a devil. Me? Yeah, actually, I'm kind of down to discard that. Tapped land. Odama of the West Tree. Now, I could kill one of these obs, but you know what? I kind of want more. I want to land. Let me take that big trample. Slam right into their face. Grab another white source. And hold up the graveyard hate. Oh, hey, Mossborn Hydra. You're a big silly card. Decline. I want that Mossborn Hydra. While I have a Kodama, yeah, I want that Mossborn Hydra. Fast to attackers. Inti's coming in. Discarding, I assume buffing himself up. Dropping a reanimate. Yeah, not gonna be that much. Well, this is here. Got a Rockwist Theater. I love just like, yeah. Put a creature in your grave. Oh, Super Shredder! Girl, you already know what I'm doing. Everybody was Super Shredder racing. Kodama's getting bonked. And I don't get to have trample anymore. Boo-hoo-hoo. Alright, I'll play Mikey and Leo. And Enduring Bond Warden. And, I guess I kind of want to put the counter onto you. Counters. So you can scooch him over in a turn. Scavenging Ooze swinging in. I want the Bond Warden to die. Ooh, and I get another Scales effect next turn. A Discardigan? Nah, I'll keep losing life.
Plead for mercy.
Yeah, plead for mercy. Pyrogoyf coming in. Gonna get that trample. Discarding Swarm Saboteur. Oh, I love Swarm Saboteur. Prevent 3 of those damage. But I'm trying to do this to get the additional counters. And a card draw off Mikey and Leo. It's a 5/5 now. The devil! And then, are you gonna sacrifice Pyrogoyf and make another? More Obs? More Ob Nixilis? Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed. I'm actually gonna discard this Hobbit. I don't need that.
Pleasure doing this.
Pleasure doing business with you as well, friend. Pleasure, pleasure. Kind of going for the Diadrine here. 2, 3, 4. Something nice and trampoly. Also lets me use up these tokens in a fun new way. Yup. Yup. More card draw in Selesnya. Selesnya Scales gets more and more treats every day. They can kill Mikey and Leo pretty easily. Unfortunately, a colorless land, so I can only exile one thing out of the grave here. I'm going to discard Mossborn Hydra. Since not really making a difference here. Nope.
Go ahead. Plead for mercy.
Yeah, plead for mercy. Oh, I'm pleading.
Defy me, and you'll lose everything.
Oh my god, I'm Nixilis. Stop saying stuff. Ooh, everybody's coming in. Isn't he discarding? Just the Pyroglyph. Nope, Inti's coming back. They discard a land. Pyroglyph getting the trample, and let's see what goes here. Okay, it's a land. I am going to exile. Is there anything there's only one of in a graveyard? Nope, multiple instants, multiple sorceries, multiple creatures. See what I draw. Oh, Temple Garden. Nice. Prevent a little bit of damage from the Pyroglyph using the robot token and kill Inti. Alright, so let's see. We got a little bit of trample damage there. I can also just eat one of you baddies up. I want to make sure these are off the board before I get this down. I'll name Turtle. That is one of the tokens. That is also one of the tokens. We also have the Karn's Bastion up. The Obs, they're multiplying. So many Obs. The Ob won out.
Don't think you're some big hero.
Bonk, bonk, bonk. I think you just directed devil damage to face, right? I don't know, because like the Scavenging Ooze, I can actually gain a pretty considerable amount of life here. Okay, that's fine. 1, 2, 3. Oh, 1, 2. Sorry. 3. Hello. Oh, did I not draw a card this turn? I don't remember. Let's do it now. Get double the scales effect. Draw a card. Cool beans. And now I have many things I can discard. Thanks, Mikey and Leo. Selesnya card draw. Yeah, the priority of Ob Nixilis to kill is always going to be the token ones first because they're non-legendary. You can always recast the actual one. Go to block the Pyroglyph. Tippy tappy. It's actually kind of great if I kill this because then I can give its ability to all my creatures. Really? None? Okay. Ooh. Anybody else I can get abilities from? You made the devil! Sacrifice it, kill the kami! I can only do that if I get, like, Agatha's Soul Cauldron, but Agatha's Soul Cauldron is very much in this deck. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Sacrifice it, kill the kami while the kami is still in play. Pyroglyph going away. Me drawing a card, gaining a life. Ooh, more free stuff.
You don't stand with me. You're my enemy.
Oh my gosh, they just keep chattering.
Go sow some chaos.
Ha 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 ha.
Punishment is my enemy.
They all just like have overlapping voice lines. Okay, devils. Ooh, do I have anything cool in my graveyard? Kodama! Right, all right. Okay, let's do that. Hello, yes. One Kodama, please. I could use some trample. As always. Quandrix, the proof, cascades on cast, and we'll be getting a lot of value in some spell slinging, usually using a lot of spells that get you lands into play and otherwise ramp you, so you can cast your 6-mana dragon to cast even more stuff. I feel like going for the Scourge. Oh, Scourge and Conclave Mentor are just so fun together, yes. Start with the Incubation Druid, though. If I get a way to put a counter on it, then it immediately becomes huge value. Rampant Growth gets them lands. It's ramp. Amped Growth. Now I have 4 more mana to maneuver around. I guess I'll just go for, like, value this turn. Ooh, a land. Cultivate. More lands for them. Okay. Arboreal Grazer, even more lands. Oh, hey, Wandering Emperor, you're kind of fun. Gonna play the Conclave Mentor. Swing with all the non-mana producing creatures. I don't think that it's worth going to kill this. Though I could do it by even, like, plussing on something other than Wildwood Scourge, and it would get 2 counters. Alright, Quandrix, what do you find? Farseek, wow, more lands. Great. I was looking to Teferi's Protection in case they, like, I don't know, just played a 7th land and were trying to rift me. A land. Adapt the Incubation Druid. Triggers are happening. Go for the Perilous Snare to take out Quandrix. Teferi's Protection versus Time Warp. If it works, it works. Alright, all the non-mana producing creatures. Just want to let it die. Okay, well, I want to draw, so I'm going to do this. And I will choose to buff up Conclave Mentor, because if it dies, I get more stuff. Wow, a land. And a speed of 2. Speed up, baby. Nyum. That's so much mana. That's 9 lands. Could be an extra turn card, but anything Foretold doesn't do as much with Quandrix. +1/+1 counter. Spread the love.
Show them how we
Get our triggers. Little bit of a flood. Oh, hey! It's the thing we were talking about. Chat, look. Yeah, all my non-lands get really, like, bounced back in my hand and stuff. Hey, it means I wasn't swinging for lethal there. Here's Quandrix. Cascades into Veil of Summer. I didn't cast any spells this turn. You can still cast it, though. Get it out of your library. We're gonna buff up, I don't know, Badger Mole Cub, swing in with everything, and maybe win. The Necroloom. Landfall is going to be getting them plants or zombies. I had to make sure I actually had both colors of mana, and now I do! Since my, commander offers me card advantage, I feel like I don't need to have an answer to this, which ideally I'd say is graveyard hate, but it would be nice. Guide of Souls. Eventually can put some counters on things. Probably then into Mikey, then into Mikey and Leo. Or Mikey and Leo, and then into Mikey. So much Mikey, so much Ninja, so much Turtle. Yeah, Necroloom is the only card, I think, in Arena that has Dredge, allowing you to, instead of drawing cards, put more cards in your graveyard and get a land back. And we have many fetch lands here. Okay, a crop rotation. Bright and early on that one. Since they have exploration, they can go kind of crazy on, bounce lands. And I'm sure they're gonna find, Ice Till Explorer at one point. Oh, what a card she is. So I'm still on 1 mana. They just got their 4th. As it is. It always has been. Mikey and Leo! Swinging for 1! Boop. This doesn't have reach, so maybe I'll be able to fly over it. Army of Bamboo Groves. They're saying 2 more forests. 1, a 2, a command tower. Michelangelo weirdness to 11. And I will throw the buff onto Mikey and Leo. Draw a card. Generous Pup! Generous Pup lets me share my counters with all my creatures. Such a good dog. Just look at it. 200% best dog. Necroloom in play. It's a 2/7, and these lands coming down currently are just making plants, since they only have 4 differently named lands. A lot of these are just forests. But wait. Black mana. Oh, they have Diabolic Intent. I don't like that. What are you getting? What are you getting? Is it Ice Till Explorer? I feel like it's gonna be Ice Till Explorer. Well, I have this. Means I'd probably be doing Mutagen Man for X equals 1. They get the Gab Escape Shift. I genuinely think Ice Till is gonna be better. Alright, yeah, let's Mutagen X equals 1. I'll get this buff on Guide of Souls. Draw the card off Mikey and Leo. Swing in with both of these. They're dredging. Really? Okay. Cultivator Colossus. Okay, so in response to a Cultivator Colossus, I'm actually going to Patriarch's Humiliation the Necroloom. So their landfalls, sure, they might get another land, but they're not going to get the choice of dredging another land and getting just repeated lands and lands and lands and lands. I think that was the right move. Pup. Now we can do it. Because Pup got tokens, we get more tokens. And I can make something fly here. I'll just make Mikey and Leo. Big swing. Oh, wait, did I have lethal? Oh, I'm sorry, opponent. I forgot that you could only block 2 things on the ground and that this was big. Math. Not even once. So with an entwined tooth and nail, they might be able to win right here. This has haste. This does not. They're each going to give +4/+4. Flying and dying. I miss lethal so they can swing right back at me. GG Necroloom. Kaikar wins Fury. This is the bird that makes spirits and usually just has a good spell slinger archetype built around it. Sometimes it's actually a spirits deck, and in my case, Kaikar is a card deck because cards are non-creature spells, and you can use those to make more mana and make some spirits so you can get more cards into play. We'll find out what kind of Kaikar they are by seeing how their deck plays out. I'll play Mikey and Leo. Chaos in Order. Creature. It's a 2/2. It's a bear. Yeah, his name is Kaikar. They wouldn't call him Kaikar if they didn't want him to care about cards. I'm going to try to land another TMNT card. Agent Bishop, Man in Black. If we make it to start a combat, I'll get to put some counters on things. Alright, so they're bouncing Mikey and Leo, so I will still get a counter on Agent Bishop, but I won't get to draw a card, and I won't get to attack. Yeah, I'm gonna lead with Esper Sentinel. You're a spell slinger? Are you a taxpayer? Flame of Anor on Agent Bishop. Straight up obliterating that man. I'll go for the Earthbender Ascension. I will Earthbend onto Lush Portico, so if it dies, I get to Surveil again. Grab another white sword since my hand is a little bit more white than green. Thanks, Virtue of Loyalty. Mikey and Leo. Diadrine for 0. Still comes in as a 2/3. Draws me a card. Nice. A fetch. Fetches are really nice with Earthbender Ascension, but because I have the Mossborn Hydra, I'm not going to be cracking it open here unless I really need to. How do I feel about this? I don't think I need another card drawn or a robot token. Mystical Tutor. Oh, do you pay the 1? Also, what are you putting on top of your deck? Is it a board wipe? Please don't. Is it a good card? Can it be a bad card, please? I really wish we didn't have the cycle of cards in Arena. Oh! An uncounterable board wipe. Wow, that's... Do you pay the 1? They do. Okay. I guess I'll Surveil. At least that accelerates this. Swords to Plowshares. Nah. I don't need to kill the Kaikar. I need to be the Kaikar. Mossborn Hydra. Marsh Flats. Make it bigger. Oh. I put full control mode on too late. Ideally, I want to put all the counters on and then have it double. Mm-hmm. Yep. Boop. Okay, I would need to have cracked that while that was on the stack. Whatever, it's big enough. What if my Hydra was approximately 1 lethal big? That'd be great. They're cracking a Prismatic Vista. And remember, they've already used Cyclonic Rift. Oh, and they're losers. Good game. That means they didn't find removal for Mossborn Hydra. Cloud, Midgar Mercenary. I recently brewed Cloud, but I'm not a good Cloud pilot because I had a lot of trouble remembering the equipment in my deck. This person's probably better. This is the Cloud that fetches an equipment from their deck and can then, well, double up the triggers from it. I guess I'll lead with this. A Forest. Giver of Runes will be able to protect him. And what equipment do you get? You could do Hearth and Home since I'm Selesnya. I didn't put that one in my deck, though. Ah, the Ite Bite Jite. It's a very good card. I'll play Luminarch Aspirant. And I will aspire to put counters onto my creatures. But wait! There's Orum's Chant! That's rude! Just because I was gonna, like, smush the Jite or whatever. Yeah, believe it or not, I don't have that many instants in my deck. That is about what I would expect, though. They can equip this, and it will be able to do -4/-4, or +8/+8 on a single hit. Because they have Giver of Runes, they can also give Cloud Protection here. So he takes no damage. We gotta get rid of that sword. Yeah, you can kill the Knight of Autumn and then gain 2 life, or 4 life, I guess. Alright, Cloud. I've broken your Buster Sword. Looks like this one's busted. What else you got? Oh, boots. They're booting up. I want to see if I can get a land off of the Enduring Bond Warden here. Nope, not a land. Sword of Mountain Dew and Doritos. If they hit me with this equipped sword, they will be getting 4 cards in exile if it's on Cloud. So, yeah. And can play up to 2 additional lands. Giver of Runes is getting hexproof, so she is very protected. I want to make sure I have some non-green things. So I guess Giver can just give protection from white. Ooh, what's the vibe here? Is the vibe Hecate We Ball? Commit to the Ouroboros? I think it's commit to the Ouroboros. Void is love. Void is life. It's a good card. Ouroboros is one of those cards that can really just close out a game on its own. It only takes a few turns or a few things that can also put counters on it to really make it get out of hand. Okay, so they did not give Cloud Protection before blocks. Put the counter on the Ouroboros, so it will share the love. To the library! Aw, jail. Archon says, only 1 spell per turn. Okay, but what if the 1 spell is Mutagen Man? 1, 2, 3, 4. Make it bigger. Make it better. Make it buffer! Make him huge. This also would make my non-basic center tap. Rough. Not attacking in, because they can give. They have given Cloud protection from white, so he cannot be blocked at all. That's going to put 4 cards into exile, let them play 2 additional lands. Wait a minute. Ultra complete. Is this my cloud deck? I don't want to say other people don't play Cauldron Complete. I just want to say, I definitely gave it more love and attention than I think most people do. Know what you like in this world. Alright, I can fly in with something here. Oh, right, I can only cast one spell, so no, I don't get the fly this turn. You think it's my list? Seeing the Aven Mind Sensor, the Boromir, and the Archon is what makes me think it might be my list. Eh. Also, Cauldron Complete, because I have a personal affection for the card that outscales the actual power of the card. Woman! Turning my Goddess Souls into a reprobate! I'll have you know this is an upstanding coward citizen. They're giving Sram the sword. Oh, Sram is so protected. Had only I a land. So I could play that and double. Let's see. What do I got? What do I got? Whee! No! More! Too little, too late. Play this land! And then I die in the air. Whee! Kintorius, History Chaser. You know he's going to be putting cards into the graveyard, exiling them and making a ton of spirits. That's one of those cards that... it's just good. Like, Kintorius, especially because it's able to, like, double up on some cards that are already good value to get extra triggers. It's a planeswalker, so it's hard to kill, and it gives you card advantage. Card advantage and Boros is hard to come by. A little bit of discard synergy has hit the battlefield with Marauding Mako. I got me a tutu and a kitty cat. Aww, she wanted to be in the video. Or she just wants treats. You want a treat, honey? Of course you can have a treat while my opponent fetches. It makes their shark grow. Esper Sentinel will be taxing my non-creature spells. All the stuff I have here is creatures. I actually have a bit of a glut of lands. Yeah, of these, they're all pretty good if I wanted to fight one with my Voracious Hydra. Yeah, I'll do that. This will make this into a 2/3. And I'm going to fight Ruby Collector. Got to draw a card. And I'm going to offer them a trade. If they would like both of those creatures to die for my Mikey and Leo, I'm totally down. Board wiped. How about an Evolution Sage? Try to proliferate all these counters. Reprieved right back in my hand. So I should probably save that fetch. And I'll swing in with the Hydra. Good. Oh my gosh. She's so in the way, but so cute. Kintorius with no way to exile things out of the graveyard here, but some very good card advantage. Discarding one, drawing two, milling one. Gotta dig deeper. Just listen to what the Elephant Man says. I'm gonna have a very big Voracious Hydra though, so I think I can kill Kintorius. Evolution Sage. Because this is each time I proliferate, it's adding 2 counters. That's really good. Oh yeah. Take this baddie in for a little swing. Win the game. Sure. Qatara, Waterbending Master. There's sure a lot of these out in a queue today. Well, maybe I can remove her abilities. At least I'll certainly try to. But I have Hardened Bonds to start. This is going to be, oops, all counter spells. And look, they have a free spell. One of the worst additions to this format. Force of Will, Force of Negation, Force of... fun. Mikey and Leo, Chaos and Order. Washed away. Move it back into the command zone. And here comes Qatara. We got our Mikey Weirdness to 11. And I'd like to get the Hardened Bonds trigger here. And make it a little bit harder to, you know, get in an attack. Great, I'm swinging in. You gonna cast some spells just for the sake of it? And I'm actually gonna lead with the Get Lost. There's that Force of Will. Here's what we're really looking for. Old Qatara that doesn't do anything anymore. Can also do it on their turn. If I thought it was a Force of Negation, I would have done that. But since it was holding priority on these... Alright, Lair of the Hydra. A land's a land, I'll take it. I guess I can go for replaying Mikey. I want to see what I get off the Hardened Bonds. Ooh, Big Birds! So Qatara just like has no abilities until she gets sent back to the command zone. There's lots of ways to do that. But, like, I have no reason to attack in on the ground. They are rejecting imperfection. Okay, are you gonna proliferate? Cool. I'm gonna make a big bird. Swinging for 3 in the air. Mr. Bishop. He do be shopping. Men do be shopping. Get those scaled up counters. Can keep swinging up in the air. 2-turn clock. Yeah, I'll play Arwen. She's cool. Yeah, might be able to take them out next turn, depending on what they've got. They're not hitting their land drops. My guess is they have a couple interactive spells, but unless they're drawing the, like, cheaty 5 cards a turn, hard to get ahead. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Brawl Stars. Mikey and Leo is a really great choice for +1/+1 counter aggro. If this deck looks familiar, it's because it shares almost all the same cards with Diagyne, Synthesis, Amalgam, but has more cards that can put a counter a turn versus cards that are just big counters havers. These decks, though, are very similar because they're both Selesnya aggro with a +1/+1 counters theme. And I feel like Mikey and Leo having card draw that doesn't require you to remove any counters makes it a better commander for something like Brawl. And also, if you like Mikey and Leo, you could play the cards Mikey and Leo that are from the Precon decks. Yes, the TMNT Precon deck, and they're also kind of similar, except that Leo is 5 colors, so you can put all sorts of 5-color scales cards in. All of them are really fun if you like this kind of strategy, which, if you haven't guessed, I do. I really like +1/+1 counters. I find them very fun, and I like Selesnya aggro because I get to hit my opponent in the face, which is always good. If you're looking for my deck list, you can find it in the description of the video. And I think I'm releasing this video on the same day that our new Marvel cards come out. So if there are one of the like 400 new cards that you are interested in seeing, please let me know. I've already seen some cool suggestions, looking at maybe doing some Squirrel Girls, some cool mono black stuff, and, you know, taking advantage of all those heroes and making a heroic deck. Because, yeah, these are heroes in a half shell, no type hero. They're Mutant Ninja Turtles, they're not heroes, which is a shame. It means that, like, I don't know, Captain America doesn't care about them. Phil Coulson doesn't care about you, Mikey and Leo, because you're not part of the Marvel canon. Well, thank you all so much for watching, and have a brawlful day.